Hello ladies and gentlemen, thewierdguy here and welcome to another video. We're going to take a look at some Raven gameplay in raids, and we're going to take a look at her being used in Phase 4 with Beta Club and being used against Dr. Fate with Claws of Horus. Again, no gameplay with All Blades so far. People are working on that because you need to make sure that she doesn't go below 30% health, because then she triggers her passive that will heal her and get rid of all these stacks on the opponent. But yeah, before I get into this, make sure to check out Chaos King. As usual, the previous video was also provided by him, and he's so close to 1k subs, so come on people, let's do some common effort and provide some subscribers for this person who spent a lot of money to be able to showcase us Raven. That'll be great, links in the description and the pinned comment. And yeah, let's get into the fights now. Raven. So we get over here this Raven. It doesn't have max talents. I mean, the man didn't have any credits, and you wouldn't spend... I think if you non-stop spent credits, you wouldn't have been able to get enough epics since she was released until now, because they're so hard to get. But yeah, it's close to max Raven with the Shazam and Power Girl team. Again, not sure if this is the best team you can use for her. Maybe a Brainiac would boost her more than Shazam, but it's the team we have here. And we're going to fight Phase 4 here, with Beta Club on. And I'm going to release a video afterwards talking in detail about the Beta Club nerfs and explaining them. So we'll not get that much into that here. So we're going to talk about Raven. Okay, so she's put 2 darkness stacks on him. 3 darkness stacks. Again, each and every stack is going to increase the damage. And she's got the power drain on basic attacks. And some people were skeptical on... Oh, and another thing, the super move being used does not remove darkness stacks, so that's a very good thing, because at first I thought that you need to remove the stacks, so even though you get a huge boost from that, you need to afterwards build the stacks back up again, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And Shazamming here is a pretty good thing, because if she gets close to that 30% health, where she would trigger her passive and heal herself, you can put Tech Shazamming to heal her a bit, because you don't want that to happen. Because if that happens, then she's going to lose all the darkness stacks that she previously had, so you're losing damage and gaining health, and that's not the purpose of this, because you're here to deal damage. Yeah, the Beta Club on the... Just disregard the fact that there's Beta Club in this fight. Just take a look at this like a fight without artifacts. Though to be fair, the Beta Club still provides the slower power generation for Brainiac, actually. So that's something to keep in mind. So actually not 100% sure about how the power steal on Special 1 would stack up if there was no Beta Club to reduce the power generation. But that remains to be seen. Anyways, even without that, it seems to be draining a pretty decent chunk. Okay, over here she's close to... Okay, now she triggered that passive. And when you trigger that, you're going to lose all your stacks. So that sucks a lot, because you lose all the damage that you built up on this character up to this point. So that's why you should actually avoid doing that. And now you have to build all the stacks back up. You still get, you still keep the bonus from the super move, so that's good. But the stacks are gone. And it seems like over here we see a playstyle of putting as much stacks down as possible and relying on damage on basic attacks. And it's a decent amount of damage, don't get me wrong, especially considering that you pretty much get no damage from the artifact. I mean, you get some, but it's not a huge amount still. And yeah, we're getting closer to the end of the fight here. And the total amount of damage done here is 24 million. For a first attempt, that's actually pretty decent. Now we got another video. Let's check that one out as well. Again, also from Chaos King, links in the description and the pinned comment. Let's get this man to 1k subs, please. He really deserves it. So over here we have her against Dr. Fate, and I skipped over the start of the video because he was showing just the build all over again. Again, not sure if Phase 4 or Dr. Fate would necessarily be the best places of using her, not sure if this team is ideal, but people are just testing stuff out. It will take a few days at the very least until we come up with the absolute best setup. And over here it's Claws of Horus instead of Beta Club. Dr. Fate is of course going to be a little bit annoying here. Because it's a Dr. Fate and he deals a lot of damage, so... Okay, over there, as I see, my man had a little bit of a delay on the special one there. That special one which should have triggered much sooner than it did. I don't know why that happens, but sometimes it happens. Hopefully it's not a bug with Raven. Here we're at 5 stacks. Super move, because he might have lost the stacks anyway soon enough. Okay, tagging in Shazam over here. Would have gone for a heal here myself. Oh, that's some pretty decent amount of damage on the special tree actually. 2 million damage on special tree, and this is not even full potential because is... Wait, is 5 stacks the maximum? Okay, that deals some damage if it crits, of course. And also provides you with a shield, so you don't have to worry about the enemy's abilities. Okay, that passive said retrigger there. I mean, it's good at the trigger because it kills you, but if you're regarding her as a damage dealer, that's not something you need. You don't want to trade off damage potential for health. Another special one in there. Okay, we're at 4 stacks again. And yeah, that shield, if you're using this playstyle of keeping her in the fight at all times, that shield is actually particularly useful, especially in maintaining the amount of health. And to be honest, doesn't take too much to get back to 5 stacks, but ideally you don't really want the stacks to drop below 5. And yeah, I'm still not sure how it would go. We still haven't seen her with all blades, so that's something to look forward to. But for Claws of Horus, that's a pretty decent amount of damage. Would love to see her paired up with Brainiac. Would love to see her try the Manta team. Like Brainiac, and maybe just League Flash or keep Power Girl in there. Not sure how much she really needs the power reduction, because at the end of the day she's got power still on basic attack, so she's going to have a lot of power coming from that. Let me know down in the comments if you think a power reduction character is mandatory or not for this team. Though either way, because we have such few support characters in the game, you either take the supports from one from King and one from Silver Banshee, or you take them from Black Manta, so it's no good outcome either way in terms of matchmaking. Okay, and this is the end of the fight, and bro, for Claws of Horus, this was a pretty decent amount of damage overall, 28 million with Claws of Horus. That's an unlucky fight with Silver Banshee with all blades. Can't wait to see if people are able to make this work with all blades, because with all blades, if you make it work and you make it somehow that she doesn't really get to 30%, to below 30% health with perfect gameplay. And that can be possible in one very simple way without altering the build, but that's not something everybody has access to. Putting an epic resistance on all blades, because that gives you epic dot resistance, and with epic dot resistance, considering you're playing it perfectly and you don't get hit by the enemy boss, then you're going to be pretty much easily able to not get below that threshold. But yeah, considering this was Claws of Horus fight, and considering that I think she could deal far more with, let's say, Brainiac instead of Shazam, or with both Brainiac and Shazam, I think for a first attempt this is some pretty decent damage on Dr. Fate. Like, as a comparison, previously we had the movie Wonder Woman character, and I never remember her name, but yeah, she did this fight, and she did 16 million with Bad Ninja Gorilla Growth, and let's be honest, when you're using that as a combo builder, he deals most of the damage. So yeah, this really feels like a damage-oriented character, and with some adjustment in terms of the team setup and the artifacts, we might be able to together come up with let's say the perfect team for her, and maybe get her all the way to dealing 70 million damage or something like that in normal rates, and that's awesome so far. But yeah, this was it for this one. Thanks so much for watching again. Please do definitely check out Chaos King. This is his YouTube channel. Links will be in the description and the pinned comments. Let's attempt to take this dude to 1k subs, because he really deserves it. And with that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and please do subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this content. But yeah, goodbye!